there's 2 deer. It's a little baby deer, little fawn, very cool. It is about 6:30 a.m. I am sitting here in this horrible tent site of mine. I survived. I did not get crushed by a falling tree, although I did have a nervous sleep every time I heard a creak. The real problem last night was that it was freezing cold, and I woke up because it was freezing cold, just shivering under my blanket. I'm wearing my puffy this morning. I'm probably going to take it off in like a half mile. I don't know why I have it on, but it is on. The plan for today is to just knock out like 25 miles. This is day 2 of the hike to Leavenworth via Snoqualmie. I should be in Snoqualmie either tomorrow night or first thing the following morning. I'm going to hero in Snoqualmie and just get in and try to charge up my devices. And then go the same day. But today the plan is like, you know, full day of hiking, like 25 miles. The thing is, when I plug in like 25 miles into Far Out, it looks like an extreme amount of vertical. This is going to be like, I think, a deceptively tough hike. Oh, there's what is that? That deer is still here. Is that the same deer? Oh, there's 2 deer. It's a little baby deer, little fawn, very cool. When I plug it into Far Out, it's like 6,000 vertical ascent and 6,000 vertical descent for today. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. I'm gonna go check out these deer, and then I'm gonna hit the trail. I'm about 1 mile in. The forest is back. We're out of the burn zone. I guess I was right at the edge. Look at the difference between, like, this is an absolutely gorgeous, like, majestic forest, and compared to that sort of burned out hellscape that we were in, it's really incredible. Anyway, I took off my jacket. That's why I'm stopped. I'm starting to overheat, and yeah, here we go. I'm very glad that this burn zone is over. It's gorgeous in here. I woke up this morning about 52 miles from Snoqualmie Pass, which is, I guess, my next destination. It's my pit stop on the way to Leavenworth. But I'm having difficulty reconciling between, I need to arrive in Snoqualmie Pass, and I need to get food resupply, and I need to charge my devices. And that means that I need to pass through Snoqualmie Pass during business hours. But with 52 miles away, that's going to put me into Snoqualmie like at the end of tomorrow night. And that is not when I want to arrive in Snoqualmie. So there's no point in showing up at Snoqualmie at 8 p.m. That doesn't help me at all. 8 a.m. the following day would be perfect. And the math isn't just quite mathing right now. But we'll see. I'll figure it out. It's about 8 a.m. I'm like 5 miles in. This right here is the Mike Urick Mountain Hut or Mountain Shelter or something like that. It's a snowmobile hut, and it's really nice. It has like a grill and a real like fire ring, and it also has something. It has a beer crusher, a can crusher, and I'm gonna use it. They've got a crusher. I packed out a beer from White Pass. I didn't finish it, and I had one, so I have a can. I haven't used one of these since the desert. They're pretty cool. There we go. It's 9 o'clock. I'm about 7 miles in. We are looking at a spectacular view of Mount Rainier right behind me. I'm north of the mountain now and looking back south. This is a different aspect than we've seen before. The mountain looks a little different. You can see, like, that's Rainier. I guess that's called Liberty Cap. But yeah, really, really beautiful view this morning here in Washington. It's 10 o'clock. I'm like 9.5 miles in. Not quite there this morning. I'm making decent time. I just, I stopped at the shelter. I was stopped to talk to some buddies up on a ridge, and yeah, so I feel like my pace is on point today, but I am right now going about another mile and a half. I can't remember exactly, but in the next like half hour, I'm going to be filtering some water. I'm coming to a water source, and I'm going to finish a liter, and I'm going to fill up, refill up, because then it's a 12-mile carry to the next water source, where I will be later today. I actually had a pretty cool encounter with an animal last night at my tent site. One of the things about being on the PCT is that my senses and I can smell people from 20 feet away. I could hear people and I can be really, really quiet and still with my own body. And anyway, last night there was this deer that was hanging out. I was trying to see how close I could get to this deer, right? To try to figure out what are this deer's instincts. I was just, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet from this deer, but I was laughing. It was kind of like Squid Game because it was remember there was that game at the beginning where when the baby looked, you had to stop, you had to freeze. And that's what it was like. When the deer would look at me, I would just stop and be completely silent and still. And just approach this deer so softly and so quietly, the deer didn't even really know what was going on. Not that deer really cared. The black-tailed deer, they're a little bit bigger than the white-tailed deer that I'm used to back east. Extremely passive around humans, and I think that at least the reason why they're coming to eat your pee. I'm 16 miles in, it's 1 o'clock. I'm actually partially way up this ridiculous climb today here in Washington. I am about to do a PCT side quest called Blowout Mountain. This is one of these things where we're 80% of the way to the top. And why not, how can we say no? We're gonna go up to the top and I think there'll be spectacular views up there and a ridge walk. It's 1 o'clock and I'm 16 miles in and this is the summit of Blowout Peak. The views are spectacular from up here. I've got a 360-degree view. It is a smoky, kind of hazy, very dramatic day looking off into the distance. That's my ridge walk behind me. You can see I was just down on that ridge and we just came right up to this top. Beautiful up here. I love these PCT side quests. I'm 18 miles in, it's 1:45, and I'm sitting down at this campsite and I'm gonna take a little lunch right now. I'm gonna try to figure out where I'm gonna stay and I'm gonna try to lock down on a plan or at least have some idea of what time I'm gonna enter Snoqualmie. Just got done with lunch, but first I wanna say it is so much colder. At this time of year, I was just sitting down for lunch and it's a cold wind, just unrelenting. I put on my puffy. I have a plan to get into Snoqualmie. There's a tent site about 8.3 miles from here, and that's where I'm gonna stay tonight. And it looks like it's on top of a ridge and I'm sure it's gonna be 6. I'm pretty psyched for that. Tomorrow, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay at a place called Lodge Lake, which is literally, I think, less than 2 miles before Snoqualmie. And then I'll wake up and I can hit Snoqualmie bright and early in the morning. I can go do my food resupply. I can charge my electronics, and then I can get out of there and get a lot of hiking done on that day when I'm in Snoqualmie. When I do reach Snoqualmie, at that point I'll be 70 miles roughly from the road to Leavenworth. And I think I'm gonna stay in Leavenworth and I think I'm gonna do a 0 there. It's a cool town. Check out all these fall colors. The leaves are totally turning up here. It's pretty cool. More hardwoods, first of all, and then even just all the, the blueberry bushes, they're all turning red too. I'm 23 miles in, it's about 4:30. I just stopped to get some water. So I have 2 liters of fresh water, and I'm gonna be dry camping tonight. I'm staying at a tent site, it's about 4 miles away. It's gonna be up, we're doing up a big final climb to get there. So I'm hoping that this place has good views, and that will put me about 23 point something miles from my next tent site, tomorrow night's tent site, which is gonna be Lodge Lake. And then that'll put me just right on the door of Snoqualmie. So when I wake up the day after tomorrow, yeah, I'll be right there and can charge my devices. It's gonna take, I need 4 hours, I think, to charge all my devices. And during that time, I can do a food resupply and just relax up, rest up a little bit and check out this place. It seems cool. Another ski area. 27 miles in, it's about 6 o'clock and I reached my tent site. I'm hanging on, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm hanging out to a tree because I wanted to show these mountains right here. I wanted to see these mountains right here behind me. We're up, we just finished a big climb. My feet are kind of roasted right now, but the reward is this amazing view up here on this ridge. And I'm seeing a range of mountains that I haven't seen before, and they are incredibly rugged. It was a good day. I'm set up for an easier day tomorrow. I'm hungry. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna pop my tent and yeah, and try to let go of this tree.